Most deaf, what's happening, MetaZoo community? For hello.
Close your eyes and sleep.
The boys outside, and it is my favorite time of the year. That is summertime, when the heat comes out. Bring on the heat, give it all to me. I love it. I'm sweaty, I'm filthy outside. I wouldn't want it any other way. And today I am hiking on a trail that I've never been to, and I was inspired to come here because of the one and only wonderful, fantastic, very kind, such a nice human being with a big heart. So happy to be in his circle, and that is Frost Byte Lab. He sent out these gifts to a certain select amount of content creators through the MetaZoo community, and I was fortunate enough to be one of them. And I have my gifts from him, and I am creating this video to also share those gifts in this. So thank you, Frost Byte Labs, for being the inspiration of this video right here. And I have to say, You know, them gifts look amazing. I have to talk about the envelope. That envelope may be my favorite part about it all. I love that thing. That thing is so clever, so cool. And then when I seen my name on the back of it, I got so excited. I love it. Amongst all the other amazing content creators on there, thank you. So thoughtful and very creative. Don't short yourself on the arts and craft of those gifts. Amazing. Thank you. And I do notice in those gifts, you know, it's the rip and chills videos that you do. You sent packs out, but you sent more things amongst it too. I do know that you have like a card in there. Usually, you don't have just like a word on it, perhaps. And I think, you know, all the creators that receive this gift, they can do whatever they want. They can approach it however they want. But I think the idea is perhaps to talk about that word. You know, what can you come out with reading? What does that word mean to you? You know, and you know, I thought of something. The word that I had on my card was chibi, and I think that's, you know, meaning maybe like some people think it's like the kid of a cryptid, or maybe the direction I'd go with, maybe it's when a cryptid was a younger version of themselves. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna give a story that's chibi related about myself. You know, when I was very young, you know, we took a trip to Tokyo. I was like in 5th grade, really. And I got my first camcorder in Tokyo. I couldn't read it, wasn't in English, and I just had to push all the buttons and figure out how to work that thing. And you know, that was the day when I fell in love completely with film photography, when I got that Japanese Tokyo Panasonic camera in my hand. That just pushed me into this creative direction, and I knew that's what I wanted to do with my life. It's funny because you grow up and a lot of things change about us, and you learn new things and you get new perspective, and that's going to always be true. Hopefully, you should always be changing on, you know, perspective of things. I think that's how you grow. But then there's some things that don't change, and some of those things is my passion as a child for film photography. And here I am today, many years later, in that profession. And let's talk about the word profession, because I know saying professional can be a trigger word for a lot of people out there. Look, you know, there was a time where maybe, you know, maybe to be in the films, you thought that you had to be an employee of like within Hollywood or something like that, but it's just not, that's not the case anymore. Today, you don't need none of that to be in that field. And I don't work for Hollywood. You know, I think I've had a few gigs where I think you can technically call that a Hollywood gig. You know, they're very small, but overall, I'm independent, and I call myself a professional. And that's because I have clients and people that are willing to pay me their money to shoot photos for them, create films for them. You know, I think the definition of professional is definitely when you get paid to do it. So, and then, you know, that doesn't mean I'm the best at it. It doesn't mean I'm the best photographer or the best filmmaker. Of course not. And actually, I think there's beauty in that, because the term mastering film and mastering photography is kind of funny, because the idea is you will never master it. You will forever be working on your craft of it, which makes it so fun, really. I'm always going to be learning to try to get better and better. But at the same time, you can still be a professional, and I have no problem saying I'm a professional at film and photography. Not the best at it. Other people can be better than me, but you know, I'm good at it enough where people pay me and they seem to be satisfied and happy, and you know, clients keep coming around. But besides that, you know, I say all that because this all came with the word chibi when I was very young, when I was a chibi, so to say. That was it, man. When I got that camera in my hands, that set my path for me. And it's one of the most amazing, you know, hobbies to be into. Unfortunately enough, it could also be a job. Man, it just takes me everywhere. It keeps me moving. It opens doors to places that I would normally never get into, like VIP situations. It's like I would have never been invited to many places that I got into if it wasn't for, you know, being behind the camera. So I enjoy it very much. And even this very community, I have connected with everyone like Frost Byte Labs, so to say. Why this video is even getting created is because of when I was a chibi and I got my very first camera. So that's my chibi story. Thank you for the gifts. Let's go do some booster pack rips and get them hits. Wilderness, green man. Yake, do, say, cha. Reverse hollow. Seeing into Mothman. Reverse hollow. Nightfall. Oh, Scratch, why don't you come out and have a talk with me? Reverse hollow. Who are you? Full hollow. Seance, hateful eight, I am committed. Yake, do, say, cha. Reverse hollow. Seen in one, Mothman. Yake, do. Reverse hollow.